I would actually want my kid to also be pretty fat. but still play, because
Explain yourself.
if you're fat, like a lot of people are pretty like rude to you. So like want my kid to just learn to be kind at a young age.
Why do you care about making people like you when most people don't even like themselves? And that opened my eyes a bit, just because like, yeah, that's true. I don't even like myself, right?
I have a pretty inappropriate shirt that I wore to Knockout. It was like
What was it?
it was a Minecraft shirt. It says "I love miners." Like,
Oh my god, bro! What the fuck?
but it's miners with an E. Now that I'm like consistently dragging myself to the gym to do legs, even though I don't want to, I definitely feel like it's building discipline.
Yeah.
So I believe it's honestly helped me so much in confidence, in character building, in self-improvement really.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Backdoor Banter, your journey to self-improvement from a few guys still figuring it out. I'm Edmund, and I'm joined with my co-hosts,
Lawrence
and Justin.
and we're here today with not one, but two special guests. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hey, so my name's Kaven. I'm on my final year of accounting, and I was the 2023 president of VSA Western Sydney University.
Oof.
Hello, I am William, and I am doing my second year of sport and exercise science. And I was last year's 2024 Western Sydney VSA president.
That's crazy.
So let's start off with, do you guys remember our first interaction? Like when we first met? I think I remember Kaven's one probably more vividly.
I feel-
just because, I'll let you go.
I feel like you might remember me more, but I think the O'Day store in 2022, I was talking to Jessica and Justin a lot more.
Yeah.
But I do remember our first conversation, and you mentioned that I should not be in the team because back then I had the ratty and I was bold. So you thought I was just like just there for partying. I remember that much.
No, that was
Damn.
not really what I thought.
But
Can I clarify myself real quick?
yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I didn't think you were in the team. This was before I even saw you. So my first impression of you was, first, I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
So you walked up into the store, you were like looking around a bit, looking a bit sus. And I was like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking cause me a bit of trouble, huh? But then once you started opening your mouth and I knew who you were, I was like, oh, I like this guy. And yeah, I'm glad that you were in the team, and that's what brings you here today, right?
Thank you. Because I remember it was you and Rose that did my interview. I remember that.
It wasn't me. I was in the corner,
Shantae?
man. Yeah, it was Shantae.
Shantae and Rose. But yeah, that was probably our first interaction. I feel like we didn't talk much back then. But going into the year like 2022, we definitely spoke a lot more.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we had a long car ride to Canberra, right?
Oh, yes, that was a fun ride. That was a fun car ride.
Yeah, and we'll pass it to Will.
Our first interaction was actually here.
It was here, yeah.
Yes, at our induction. The first time we spoke was we were playing those icebreaker games, and then like you I think it was Johnson. You used to ask me like, oh, what do you like to do and stuff. I was like, oh, like I just caught my biggest fish, and you're like, oh, no way. And you maybe pulled up the photo that you didn't believe me, I caught a massive fish, and then it was like back down there, yeah. And then and Johnson was like, oh, like he was just asking me about what I like, and we just started talking about NRL and stuff. We didn't really talk ourselves, but you were just like next to us. That was our first interaction.
Yeah, I guess I didn't talk to anyone. Eh?
What fish was it?
It was a long tail.
Long tail. Did you have a good scrumptious dinner?
I didn't eat it.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
So it kind of sounds like you were already in VSA and then you guys kind of joined like down the line and that's how all three of you met.
Different generations, yeah.
Pretty much. 1 year after the other.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you guys?
I'm 21.
Oof,
Turning
young,
22.
bro.
I'm turning 21.
Turning 21. Damn. So like you passed the torch down to him.
Yes, I
Pretty
did.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Ah.
And he was a year ahead of him.
Yeah. No, that's cool. What were you going to ask?
No, just how they knew. So you were like, were you president in 2022?
No, I was the treasurer, not
Right,
the president.
yeah.
So I'm not as big as these guys, not as important as these guys.
Big
I
dogs.
just handle the money, man.
Yeah.
Just handle the money, and then they will tell me what to do. But just wanted to also get to know about you guys as a whole. Can you tell me a bit about your upbringing and how that was?
I feel like I had a pretty basic upbringing, like comparatively to other Asians, because my parents didn't work much. I mean, they worked a lot, so I didn't see them as much as a kid. I remember my dad would go to work 3 a.m., come back home 8 p.m. Then mum would have already went to work at 6 a.m. and probably be home by 5. So I didn't see him much, but so I didn't really have a close relationship with them probably until year 10. Year 10, that's when I found out, not necessarily about self-improvement, but I just started going into the gym pretty consistently. Then I just gained the confidence that I needed to talk to them, because I was always afraid of them. I know, you know how it is with Asians. So yeah, it's pretty scary. But from then, I just started talking to them a lot more. My Vietnamese was a lot more broken back in the day, but since I consistently spoke to them, I felt like it got better, even though I didn't like go to any Vietnamese schools or anything. But after high school, kept in touch, still am. I feel like my relationship with my parents are pretty good now. I feel like my dad is a lot more of like a mate, because we joke around. It's pretty weird, but like we'll touch each other's ass like mates. So it's a really good, really close relationship I have going on with my parents right now.
That's pretty interesting, because now that you mentioned about your Vietnamese has been pretty good while talking to your parents. Like, funny thing, me and Lawrence, so we went to Chinese school for years. I would say I was at Chinese school for a total of probably at least 8 years to learn Mandarin, but I don't know any Mandarin. And I've never been to a single Cantonese class, but I can speak Cantonese just because of talking to my parents.
But you can still understand Cantonese, right? But it's just hard to...
No, like I can speak Cantonese. I can't speak Mandarin, which is what I went to. Every Saturday I went to class for it, but I don't know any Mandarin.
I think I think what you're trying to say is that like you like learn a lot better like by just being around it and like actually practicing it, opposed to like formal education where you're like writing shit down, learning the vocabulary and all that, but you don't actually like apply it like at that spot. So I think the best way to brush up on any language is just to like speak it and just be around it, right?
No, I agree.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Will? How's your? I feel like you have a pretty from the outside looking in, because I don't know too much about your family, but I feel like you got a pretty good family dynamic going on from what I can see. I'll let you.
I don't really know how to answer the question properly, because like this guy is, I feel like this guy's more well spoken than I am. But I'll say like it's like my upbringing was more like my parents would push me to just study and study and study, like this the typical Asian. But then like me myself, I'm not I'm not the best with the pen and paper. You know, I was really into like just going out and doing a lot of sports, and like just like, you know, just like social games, you know, like just being amongst like a team and just like communicating and stuff that way. But then like, yeah, like, I was gonna say, as I was like coming up, I wasn't as close to my parents as I am now, which is true, but it wasn't out of choice. It was more like I just did my own thing, but then like they would just like push the agenda of you got to do this, you know, like you got to study, and then I'll be honest, I didn't listen. You know, because I just had no interest in it. Yeah, you know, like but
what were they pushing, like studying and like going to uni or something? What was the agenda?
That like just a typical like you gotta like get the highest marks you can.
And
like my sister also taught at the same school I went to.
Oh, okay.
So she was pretty like strong, adamant on me like doing what's best for my educational future. And I've known that like they've also amongst my siblings and my parents they've discussed that like I'm bright, I'm just lazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is true. I'm not denying it, but it's just I'm lazy to the fact that because I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Or like I cannot sit there for 2 hours.
Yep.
And just like like lock in and like
Then do something that you don't really want to do, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it's like just the lack of motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apart from that, I want to say like I just did what I wanted to do. Wasn't really into games. It's more like going out and like play sports.
Yeah.
Right.
like-
But how is it like having your sister teach at the same school as you?
Okay, so it was different. I didn't mind it.
You didn't mind it?
I didn't mind it, but I'll be like this like sometimes where like things could happen and like it would just go straight to my sister, I'm like, oh fuck, like, oh sorry. Well, I was just gonna like there's times where like I jumped over a table
Yeah.
and then I got reported
Yeah.
on like the system, and my sister instantly saw it like William, what the hell?
Damn.
Like, and I was like, I was just being a kid.
Yeah.
I was just trying to mess around, but like not that is an excuse, but like
Yeah.
whatever happened in school, my sister would find out straight away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you say you were a bit of a naughty kid growing up?
I wouldn't say naughty, I'll say cheeky.
Cheeky.
Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't do things out of bad intent. I'll do things for the fun or like
So like a class clown
yeah,
type of guy?
like, that's all that. I wouldn't say I would
Right.
I would purposely cause someone trouble, but I would do things for fun.
Would your sister sometimes snitch on you to your
Oh,
parents?
100%.
Would that like would
No,
that
but,
affect your
it-
relationship with her?
No.
No. Oh.
I didn't care, but
didn't
it
care?
depends on what it was.
Oh.
Oh,
Depend on-
yeah.
Like if it was something like small, like she wouldn't say anything. But then there was one incident where it was very big. We can get into it if you want to, but we can save that for later if you want.
Tell us, bro. Just tell us.
Yeah, just tell us now.
Okay,
us, yeah.
okay, so what happened was
Without revealing too much information that you don't need to. That you don't
I'm
want
open to revealing.
Okay.
Oh,
alright,
then
do it.
yeah.
it's just like it can get long.
Just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it, bro.
go, yeah,
Just
do
tell
it.
us.
Okay, so there was one time. So I was dating this girl in high school, during high school, and we were together for about 2 years now. And it was year 12 modern history. Do you know this story?
Yeah. I remember you telling me this.
Yeah. And we sat next to each other in our first year 12 class. Okay. And what happened was my sister at the time was in the history faculty as well, and this teacher is notoriously known for just being a bit anal with students,
Yeah.
Okay. And but personally I didn't mind him because he was the head teacher at the time. And what happened was I just had my hand on her thigh under the table, okay?
Okay.
Nothing much.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand where
You
this
sure,
can go
bro?
wrong.
You sure?
I understand where this can go wrong, but that was what was happening. I just had my hand on her thigh, and girls wear skirts in school, okay? And he didn't see what's happening on the table. He thought that I was up her pants.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then he pulls me. He blew up initially.
Yeah.
But then he centered himself and pulled me. When class ended, he pulled me back.
Yep,
And he was like, "Well, he didn't know we were dating."
Okay.
Okay, so he pulled me back after class and was like, "William, this is like that was sexual assault." And I was
Shit.
like, "I might need to get the police involved with this." What he told me was, "This is like it was a warning type of thing."
Yeah.
But he didn't like. I didn't personally in the moment. I didn't. It was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Until he made it that. All right. So then when class ended, that was the end of the day. I went home. My sister in the history faculty, they're in the same staff room. He walks in front of all the teachers, very unprofessional, and was like, so as he was walking in, the other teachers were talking about another William in my grade.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then he walks in, he was like, I have the worst William in front of everyone, in front of my sister.
Wow.
And my sister was like, hold on, is she talking about my brother? Like she was confused.
Yeah.
And then he pretty much blurted the whole story of his point of view,
Yeah.
fair enough, in front of everyone, and like kind of embarrassed my sister in that way, And then my sister, she didn't appreciate that, so then she pulled him out of the class staff room and had a chat with him, and then they had their own thing, and then as soon as my sister came home, I opened the door for her,
Oh.
and then I knew, like when I went home, I knew that like I got in trouble, but I didn't think it was I got in trouble to that degree.
Yeah.
You know? And then I opened the door, and then my sister didn't say anything. She had a straight face, like low-key mad, but not even high. So I was like,
Wow.
oh, like,
That's brutal.
oh, okay, she might know about this, but
Yeah.
again, I didn't think it was that serious.
Yeah.
You know? So then she just went into a room, I did my thing, no conversation. And so I was like, oh, she probably knows about it, but, you know, again, I'm just, you know, like, yeah, what am I, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know? And then, so then, I think like a couple days passed, and then she finally pulls me out, like, for a chat, and she was like, so this happened. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, again, I was still oblivious to the consequences.
Yeah. 'Cause,
and
like it wasn't like
It
that,
didn't click
it
for
wasn't
me.
bad. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
then like in your eyes, you're just like, oh, okay. Like I left my hand on
Yeah.
her, and like
Yeah.
he's saying it's sexual assault,
Yeah.
but I didn't even know what sexual assault
Yeah.
means at that age.
pretty much, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, and then like it was just me and her in her room, and, like, the door was closed and everything. And she was like, "You know, this is very serious, right? Like, this can be a criminal record. Like, you can't work this. You like, if you have a criminal record, you can't have this job. Can't you?
Yeah.
It just affects your future." I was like, "Oh shit," that was me, you know. And I was like, "Oh, but in that moment, I was also trying to understand from his point of view, like, oh, like maybe we just leave it." I was telling my sister just leave it because she was like, "But if you just leave it, like he's gonna keep going,
Yeah.
and he's gonna like you're the one, your future's in jeopardy." And I was like, "Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know, like let's just go for this guy. You know, like
Yeah.
let me just clear my name up."
Yeah.
But then my sister also was, I wouldn't say a grudge, but also like mad because how unprofessional he was to her
Oh yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
staff room. So then she was mad on both ends. So then like, fair enough. But like, so then yeah, so that thing blew up. Like it was counselors and like
What?
my year advisors got involved.
What the
It was a
hell?
whole thing for like a couple of weeks, and then like the principals and everything got involved, and then I got my name cleared up.
Damn.
Wait. I'm so confused why they needed so many people, bro. Couldn't you and
Because-
the girl just say like we're dating? He wasn't like up my pants.
Yes, that. But then it was also the fact my sister had to put a formal report about the unprofessionalism,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Oh, wow.
everything blew up, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it was we tied into everything.
Yeah.
And then and then that same year he was also going for a head teacher role. But due to that he didn't get it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He deserved it, bro. Fuck that guy.
Fucking
So-
hell.
That was in year 12.
Yeah, year 12. Sorry, year 12.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
I
Yeah.
gotta ask you after the podcast which teacher that was. I could have had him because for a bit of context, I did go to the same school as
Yeah.
William.
Oh.
I was just a bit older.
Or maybe
3
you know
grades
him
ahead.
as well.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
went to the
could
same
be,
school
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Maybe he knows your sister.
Possibly. But have you had Miss Annie Lamb? Miss Lamb?
No way.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, your sister's is pretty young, right?
Yeah, she taught in 2017 to.
Did she go to that school?
Yeah, she went to that school.
She
as well.
went to that school.
Mm,
When
do
did you
what?
graduate?
2014.
When did she graduated? Oh, I forgot.
Guys, we can talk about this off camera.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a long story, but yeah, that was.
All right. Fuck, that was
a
pretty-
wild
that's pretty
story,
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lots to digest. But
Yeah, you kind of like in high school, you kind of think like teachers are like, oh, they're like adults, like they know what they're doing. But
Yeah, you can't have that trust with them.
Yeah.
but like I didn't expect them to be, to blow it up that much.
yeah.
Yeah, and like, I think I can kind of relate as well. Like, certain teachers will tell me off for certain things, but if it's like not the actual truth, I kind of just accept it because they say stuff that I don't really know
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that stuff. I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't take it that
there's
deep.
like
right?
nothing that I could like.
Yeah.
Even though I should have, but in hindsight I should have. But there's at the time I was just like, I don't know, I just didn't know how to respond. So
Yeah.
I just like copped it and just went on with it.
yeah.
So you were pretty cheeky in high school as well, Lawrence.
Probably not as cheeky as this guy, you know. But yeah, no, I did get in trouble a
He's
bit.
not really touching girls, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, and also, Kaven. So I wanted to touch a bit on your gym journey. I know you're a bit of a bodybuilder. How do you feel like that has helped you through from then to now? How has that helped? How's that changed your life?
Oh, it has honestly helped so much, I believe. Like at first, so I started going to the gym in year 10, which is around 2016. And then like being a teenager boy, like I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I start going to the gym. I'm just good. Like girls are just gonna be coming left, right, center for me. But I was going also for basketball because back then I played basketball. But then COVID hit 2020 and 2021. I couldn't really go to the gym. So I bought some dumbbells, but I wasn't really consistent because I was only training in my garage, so the atmosphere wasn't optimal for me to be motivated to
you need people, right?
go.
You need people around.
I
your
actually
mates as
do,
well.
yeah.
And
I
you,
like
and you need the
people.
girls around as well.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. But then after 2022, I was bulking, and then you would have remembered me. I was pretty chubby. I was pretty chubby. But from 2022, that's when I got my diet. Although I was pretty overweight, like I still had my diet in check. And then I think same year I cut weight. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2022 I also cut weight, and then I just saw like lines in my muscles that I've never seen before. So I'm like, oh my God, wow, look at me now. Then just from there, like I just became so much more confident, and I feel like I actually did gain discipline from that, because it's the days where you don't want to go to the gym that matter the most.
Yeah.
So recently, even recently, I'm trying to do legs once a week, like minimum, because I always skip it. Because they've always been a strong point for me. So I felt like I didn't really need to train them as much. But now that I'm like consistently dragging myself to the gym to do legs, even though I don't want to, I definitely feel like it's building discipline.
Yeah.
So I believe it's honestly helped me so much in confidence, in character building, in self-improvement really.
Because you did mention before that the gym helped you talk to your parent, get a bit closer to your parents. Like how did that happen?
Because like so gaining the confidence from the gym, like I felt like, because believe it or not, I was actually a pretty quiet kid in school. Before this tattoo, so I was actually a really quiet kid in high school, like just head down. Like my mates would be the cheeky ones, so I'm just in the back laughing while they're pulling pranks and stuff. But from going to the gym, like I felt like I sort of just tried to insert myself into uncomfortable positions.
Right.
So just to gain the experience really.
Yeah.
So then like I just start joking with my parents really. So and then like from that, like I just realized like I kept making them laugh. It's like I realized maybe I'm a funny guy as well. So then like just from there on out, I just kept talking to them every day. Once they come back from work, because now we own a butcher, so they'll come home around the same time. Just ask them how both their day was, help around, give them a couple love taps on the ass. My dad, not my mum. And then just from there on out, relationship with my parents got so much better.
That's pretty
and
interesting.
also, so you can get like unlimited protein, right? Because you've got a butcher as well. Yeah,
it's so helpful. Like around 3 p.m. I look at my fridge, I've got nothing. Hey, mum and dad, like, hey, can I get some chicken breasts or some beef mince? Oh, so easy. I'm so grateful.
Damn, that's the dream, bro.
That's pretty interesting because, well, me personally, I've been to the gym since high school. May not look it, but I've been training for a while.
Yep.
But I don't feel like, in terms of confidence, I don't know if it helped me that much. Like I was always a pretty quiet kid, and I still am. I would say I'm still pretty introverted now. But no, the gym hasn't helped me too much. But what has helped me was just dabbling more into self-improvement and actually trying to put myself out there. Like I did mention, I don't know if you guys know about it, but like Justin as well, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That changed a lot. Changed a lot. That like I read it and I just applied the principles straight away, and I felt instantly happier. I probably don't do it as much anymore, but definitely got to get back on that.
What about like I remember when I first brought you to the gym when you were like, I don't know, maybe year 10 or year 9, like you were still very shy and you would find it hard to approach people and talk to people and stuff, especially with new people. And I think part of my thought process of getting you more social was that like the gym that I went to, I could bring a friend, so I would bring him, and basically everyone that I knew like from school that trained just would train there as well. So like I'd go there and I'd like say hi to like 15 people every time I train, and I'm like to him, I'm like, okay, your exercise is to like every time I say hi to my friend, you have to introduce yourself and say hi as well to shake that fear out of you.
Yeah, that was tough, man, because it was very tough because I had a really negative mindset back in high school. Like I always had a very victim mindset, like everything's not my fault. And then literally I would pass the time like, what is this? Why the fuck does this guy make me do this shit? Like, what's this gonna do? Because my view on reality is I'm quiet, I'm shy, that's it. Nothing I can do about it. I was just born with I was born an introvert, and I'm just going to stay an introvert for the rest of my life. That was my mindset back then.
Do you still have the same mindset?
No, I've shifted very, very drastically. Yeah. So that's probably why it didn't help. Maybe you had more of a growth mindset, just saying, now the gym is hard, this is probably going to be easy. And maybe subconsciously, maybe you had a bit more of a growth mindset than I did, but that could have been why.
Maybe he just thought it was a sick cunt. Like after he started,
but he didn't have the
bulges.
tattoo yet, bro.
No, not yet. But then like after you get a bit more definition, and then like you watch like videos of Ziz and Jeff Side, you're like, yeah, bro. And then, it's like there's not much. Yeah, I'm pretty much there already. Fuck, and then it just gives him that confidence, you know, that you know boys need sometimes.
I feel like maybe like because I started, you know, my gym account, right?
Yeah.
So like I would post stuff and people would like it. So I feel like my ego would get a little boosted. So I feel like that's what helps with the confidence as well.
That's what I was missing. I was missing the gym account. Yeah.
What about society stuff? Did that like, because you said you became treasurer, did that help you with, like?
That was probably a turning point. As I guess I got up to a little bit of degeneracy, if you must say, but it was a point that I needed. Like I needed that part just to put myself out there and talk to a bunch of people that I normally wouldn't talk to actually get myself a lot more social. And even now, I would say without that, because right now I work in sales, there's no way I would be able to do a cold call without having put myself out there, because I would just freeze all the time.
Well, weren't you in VSA during 2021 when there was still some lockdowns? Like, how was that?
Yeah, but I still had that stint where right before, in between the two lockdowns, where like you were going out, and I was up to no good. And so that was that probably, as much as it probably wasn't good for my health, it was definitely very good for my confidence, and I wouldn't. It was worth the trade, I would say. I just have one question. Which did more for your confidence, the muscles or the tattoo? Because I remember you telling me once you got the tat, you walked around with the chest a little bit higher, right?
Yes, I did. Nah, definitely the muscles. Definitely the muscles. Yeah, right. Definitely the muscles. But tattoo does help. Like I remember just
still helps now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Like I feel like with a tattoo, like people look at you differently. Like I don't know, there's something about it. Yeah.
So did you get it like purposely for that reason, or is there some meaning behind it?
Oh, there is. I don't know. It's pretty generic meanings. Foo dogs for like loyalty, pride, and all that. The money frog and Daruma doll for prosperity and luck. Yeah. But like, I just wanted a tattoo realistically. Yeah. Because my friend had one. My friend had one, and I just really wanted one.
Right.
Even Chris Bumstead.
He has the same one. Is that on the left as well?
I think on the right.
On the right. Okay.
So he has a tattoo. I'm like, if Mr. Olympia bodybuilder can get a tattoo, I can get a tattoo.
That's true. That's true. It's good on the forearm, right? Because you can't like ruin the striations of the arms and stuff.
It's still some veins, but like nothing special.
Yeah.
I feel like what kind of inspired me to get a tattoo as well, like seeing someone I respect have it.
Yeah.
Like I like Andrew Huberman a lot. And then he's normally full covered up, right?
Yeah.
But there was like randomly this video of him with his shirt off.
Hiking,
Hiking is like fucking jacked, like tatted the fuck up. And then I was like, bro, if this guy can get a tattoo, like, and he's like professor and everything, there's no problem, bro.
Yeah, that photo surprised the shit out of me, bro. Like, he's always like covered up in like a dress shirt, talking about
long sleeve.
Like, like all this science stuff, and then he posted that photo. I'm like, bro, this guy looks like a fucking Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get a tattoo anytime soon, Lawrence?
Nah, I'm not,
No?
bro. I'm not. Should I? I might be more confident if I get one. Eh?
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
20%. 20%.
Yeah.
20%. But why not? Why not? Like,
Oh,
just never wanted one.
I never really wanted one. Eh? Like growing up, I never really appreciated art too much. So yeah, I don't know. I just like feel like if I was to get one, it would just be the sake of getting one. So nah, there's nothing that has really gravitated me towards it. Unless I find like a design that I really like. Like there was a point where I was following. Do you guys know Chronic Ink?
No, I do not.
It's like a big like tattooing studio in Canada, and there was one artist that I followed that had really cool designs, and I was like favoriting a lot of them, but felt like it was just a phase. Like, yeah, unless I see something that really catches my eye and is meaningful, but have no gravitations towards it.
I actually have dreams where I have like a full sleeve. So it would be a dream and then I'll feel like pretty confident, feel pretty good.
damn.
Pretty good walking around, feeling pretty confident. And then I would sometimes question like, how did I get this tattoo? And then I would wake up and then no tattoo.
No
But,
thoughts? No thoughts as well? No thoughts?
No
Okay.
thoughts. Like, of course I have a few thoughts, but honestly, that's probably all more like it looks cool. Not really.
Yeah.
Not really
Yeah.
like, oh,
Same.
I need something that has meaning that I want on my body. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, William. I know you're pretty big on sports and OzTag. Do you feel like that has played a big role in your growth?
More my what do you mean growth?
Just growth as a person. Do you feel like you've grown a lot?
Yeah, I feel like
due to sports.
the people around me have influenced my mentality going in a lot.
Yeah.
Like I would say before I've met the people I've met at Tag, like I would say Tag's one big family. Everyone knows each other for some reason, and the people that I talk to the most or that are more influential to me, they do help me with like not only like trying to how to get ready, that like how to prepare for this game, how generic it sounds, but like they're also good influences in my like everyday life. Yeah, so like I just making new friends itself, I feel like it has affected me positively.
Do you think like team sports has helped with whatever you do in life, like whether that's like being a president at VSA or at work, like does it help you work more with people and like increase your people management skills?
No, I feel like it's improved my like communication.
Oh yeah,
Effective, like just like on the spot,
especially in like tough times, right?
Just working as a team, being able to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Like, just like if you're meeting someone the first time, like just the small talk stuff. I feel because I still now, but like meeting someone, I'll be like, if I don't know you, I'm like a bit stuttery, a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But then like as I warm up, it's like it's a lot easier. So then I do think it's improved on the first time meeting you, small talk conversations. Yeah, I've definitely improved that. I realized that.
Yeah. Well, like we touched on something with our guest last week, Gary, and I forgot how we started talking about it, but we were talking about like if we were to have kids, I think we'll put them in, or me personally, I think putting them in a team sport and then also an individual sport, because like team sports will help you with that communication aspect, especially during like very, very tough times or times where like you just need to make quick decisions. But then an individual sport as well for them to not be reliant on people, and then also having that self drive to improve yourself as well. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm a fan. Because I do think like I am not the biggest online, or not the biggest. I'm not too like I like team sports a lot. I'm not into individual sports. That's the word. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so like all my friends, they would go running and stuff. Not really into that.
Yeah.
I find it really boring. Like
Yeah.
But they also have the physical capabilities that I don't have.
Yeah.
Sounds like excuses. Kind of is. Kind of is. But like, it's just like I just don't have the motivation to just go out there and run like a 5K, and just staring at straight grass.
I see.
But then I do like team sports where it's like, oh, we're in this together, you know, like trying to drive each other to get this team success. I like that.
Yeah. Then how about you, Kevin? Like I know, so you're an avid bodybuilder. Would you identify as a bodybuilder?
No, I wouldn't.
Huh?
I wouldn't. Nah, I'm not there yet.
Well, more of like an enthusiast.
Yeah, definitely.
So bodybuilding is a pretty selfless sport, right? It's just you, and you're just gonna get bigger than you yesterday.
Yeah.
And do you like have any experience in like team sports? I know you mentioned basketball.
Yeah, I played basketball back in high school. Grew up on it because my brother used to play, so I would just play him, always lose. But I'm actually really grateful for that because I felt like it helped me develop a sort of, I'm trying to think of a word, but not give up as easily because I would always
resilience.
Resilience, because I would always like try to get better, like play by myself to eventually beat him one day. But from then started playing basketball, played some just some social basketball. I think I made it up to Div 2.
Wow.
And that's it. And I wasn't the best because I was still chubby back then. But in regards to like kids playing sport, my kid, it's pretty controversial, but I would actually want my kid to also be pretty fat. but still play.
Explain yourself.
Because I feel like if you're fat, like a lot of people are pretty like rude to you. So like the only thing you can do is like try to be kind.
Yeah.
So I feel like, because a lot of people like in high school, you've always got those like popular sports guys that are pretty obnoxious, right? So I feel like want my kid to just learn to be kind at a young age, and that'll like just carry him through life. But I still definitely want him to play sports.
Yeah. That is pretty controversial.
Because can't you just like bring them up in a certain way where you just discipline them to be kind?
But like, I feel if you're disciplining them, like as kids, they're gonna want to go against your words. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I mean, each their own. Each to their own.
I thought you were gonna say something like, for some reason, right? Because you're a bodybuilding enthusiast. I'm like, I want him to be fat, so he'll have massive calves.
No, I feel like it's easier to definitely go to the gym skinny. Yeah, I feel like it's easier. Like fat, because you're gonna want to cut, but then you're gonna lose all your newbie gains. So I feel like it's just easier to start skinny. Yeah,
and also like the fat cells when they develop. I don't know if you know this, but fat cells when they develop, they never go away. Like you might be skinny, but they're just pretty much. I might be butchering it, but they lay dormant, and so it's easier to get fat again. But as if you're skinny and you're just like building muscle, even though it's slower if you have fast metabolism, I think that's the better way.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like most of the really aesthetic guys, they're like sticks in the beginning.
Like,
right?
David Lade, Jeff Side.
David Lade. I would have his kids.
Pause, bro. Pause.
But I have a mate that has very, very similar proportions to David Lade, but he doesn't work out. Like I've seen him shirtless. He has a six-pack. He looks like David Lade, but when he was like 14. Yeah. And then I was like, damn, this guy's so lucky. But he doesn't realize
Wasted potential, bro.
Wasted potential. Straight up. Yeah. I want to touch on you guys' presidency in a society where we met. Like how, I know both of you guys were presidents. Like how was that like?
Hey, you know what? I'll let you go first.
I think we both had very different experiences. I feel like he had the year where he added on to the next and really saw. I had the year where it plateaued and might have went down, you know. But my personal experience, it was different. It was new. It was I don't think I would have did it if it wasn't for him. I initially when the idea was brought up to me, I wasn't very keen because I was like, okay, I don't even have my own life set. Why do I want to bring on this extra responsibility? You know, like it's just a lot, and like it might not even pay off. Like I might not be rewarded for this. But then as the conversations kept happening, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. Like it was more of a. It wasn't okay. I wouldn't say I wasn't keen. It was more like let's try it out. You know, like let's see what
Yeah.
let's do it and see what happens. You know, but then yeah, like if you want to talk results wise, didn't do too well. But,
Didn't you guys win charity
yeah, we
champions?
didn't win. We retained.
Hey, results don't
Retain.
matter
Yeah.
as long as you had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It
Exactly.
wasn't. The year was fun, but I saw the year to be more fun than what it could have been. You know, there was so much potential there. It just never happened.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, like and like an example was that was like, just not the one people weren't showing up. You know, like you just couldn't build those connections that you wish to build in connections in society because people weren't showing up and like you couldn't really make friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was just like a small group that like consistently showed up, like, but then you didn't really meet everybody. So then you just made friends with like 2, 3, 4 people. Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to get them on the podcast, eh? You wouldn't be able to get them on a podcast.
Probably not.
Were you close with your team during the year?
I was close to two or three other execs because I was already friends with them outside of society. I knew them since high school. So yeah, so even if like the society crumbled, I was still friends with these guys.
Yeah.
And I'll see them on a weekly basis at tag.
Right.
Yeah, but then if you want to be comparative to his year, he was like his year was probably like the year I wanted it to be.
I
But,
see.
But then you can't really like, you know, like wish for something that you like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, but like yeah, it's
Yeah.
just yeah.
It's interesting because I feel like both of you guys, in terms of leadership styles, I feel like it's somewhat pretty similar. Like not too harsh, but also not like a pushover either. Like stern enough. Stern enough. So I'm just wondering, like, where do you feel like? Let's say if you could, where do you feel like it went wrong? Just because there's just different members.
You know what I think it is? You don't have a tattoo, bro.
Don't have authority. Don't have authority.
I don't have the aura, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it was missing,
But
bro.
that's a good question. I do think it's the commitment from everyone, not just the exec team. Yes, the exec team should have picked up the game, me myself included. But I was personally turned off when there was. I just didn't feel like I was being rewarded for the effort I was putting in. If that makes sense. So I was like, I'm trying to push for, you know, like an event to happen or you guys to have fun, but then there's no one who's showing up and showing that they want to, you know, be here. So I was like, so it got to a point where like it was like mid-year and I was like, do I really want to continue doing something I'm not enjoying?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So then when I got to that point, I was like, I'll still be here, but I'm just not going to give my 100%.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm not getting 100% back. And I've been when that happened. Since then I've got a lot of slack for it. Like just like some backhanded comments from like other people from other sides. I don't care. Like it's whatever. Like it's just VSA at the end of the day. I was there to have fun. I had fun. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say like presidency just wasn't for you? Would you have like rather done another position?
Yes. If I had to go back, I would have been a senior PR.
Oh, wow.
Senior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Senior PR is pretty much, so there's this thing called a public relations officer. They just show up and help out, and a senior PR is just that for the second time in a row. Yeah. And
The reason why I say that is because for two reasons. The first one is probably because I didn't expect the responsibility to be that high.
Yeah.
It was pretty much a second job
Yeah.
that you're not getting paid for.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
you're
but-
getting paid for the connections, bro.
Yeah. But I didn't get that trade off.
That's
so
true.
I didn't feel like it was worth it.
Yeah.
And the second reason is because when you said that you think that we have similar leadership styles, the reason I was shocked was because my second reason is because I feel like I wasn't stirred enough.
Oh.
I feel like I would let things run rogue, and then I just was like, you know what, it's fine.
Yeah.
It sorted itself out, you know.
Yeah.
But then it just kept going.
But he doesn't. He doesn't slow
Yeah. So
down,
I'm like, so I shouldn't just like knuckle down and be like, put my foot down and be like, yo, like this guy stop, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that.
Fair enough.
It sounds like you've learned from it. So if you were in like a leadership position again, like whether you're getting paid for it at work or if it's volunteering again, like I feel like you'll do better. But I don't know. Do you think so?
I hope so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think I've learned from it. But at the same time, I feel like the main issue is because there wasn't a commitment there wasn't a commitment from both the exec team and the PR team. That's it.
Okay.
It's just a commitment thing.
Mm.
Yeah. If there was, I feel like if there was, everyone was committed, I feel like it would have been a great year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But that's
Fair
just
enough.
hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Kaven? Like, what are your thoughts on his experience? Like, you know, because he looked up to you. So, yeah.
My experience, I feel like I was just extremely lucky in my position, honestly. So first off, I think the exec team was like so well put together. Although I was president, I feel like I was the least fit to be that role. Because originally as well, I also wanted to be a senior PR. I just wanted to be there for the vibes and
Yeah.
just to have fun. But I don't know if you remember me in 22, but I was just always the loudest. Like that was just my goal. So that's why I didn't think I could be president.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I just wanted to step up for the position. Seemed that it would look nice on the resume.
Yeah, true.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
true.
yes.
I will say, you being the loudest is what made you one of the better presidents.
Yeah, outspoken.
Like, yeah,
like
you,
everyone
you,
looks
you,
up to
you were
you.
pretty much the face of the team.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No, like, no glaze, man. Like, it made you respected. Like when you, because like normally you just be speaking normal, but as soon as you went loud, everyone quieted up. Like everyone shut the fuck up. You know? It's
It's a
like,
tattoo. It's a tattoo. But yeah, I was just really lucky for my exec team because I was probably the least mature person there. So, like, I would always have some shortcomings that my team would basically support me.
Yeah.
They just cover for me. Then I was also lucky to have William. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I had such good PRs that like actually made the effort.
Yeah.
So I wanted to also make an effort. So, and then eventually I saw them as like my kids, my brothers and sisters. Like I actually enjoyed being there. So just from that, what was the question again?
That was your experience, yeah.
But as an exec, I feel like, I don't know if it was for you as well, but like PR, the experience you have as a PR is completely different from the experience you have as an
Yes.
exec.
Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
more work goes into it. A bit more stress. But I don't know. I was pretty chill when
Chill.
Yeah, I feel like so I'll just touch on when I was an executive. I wasn't the president, but I was the treasurer. So I had to pay for most of the stuff and get reimbursed. It was just a lot of, my bank account would definitely hurt. And just, it's a lot of chasing up. I was pretty much a debt collector.
Because you're using your own money
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and then you get
Yeah.
reimbursed. I see.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of mess arounds with the uni as well. But I had a pretty good executive team, and the PRs were very good as well. I would say, yeah, definitely pretty fortunate to have good team behind me, and it's, yeah, especially executive team, like they pulled through, they pulled through hard for me. Like without them, I wouldn't. That year would have been pretty shit.
Yeah, no, like that's exactly how I feel. Because Tristan, Jason, I feel like they were so much more mature than me. They had like timetables. I'm just going with the flow as president. But
He's probably listening to this. Tristan actually listens to this podcast.
Mate, yeah. No, I've said to Tristan so many times, I'm so grateful for all the work he's put in to cover me. So appreciative. But the experience was honestly, like, I felt like it actually made me mature.
Oh yeah.
People always say that I'm not mature at all, but I feel like personally, I feel like I have matured an incy bit from being a president. Because
maturity is a pretty hard thing, right? Like, because people think like, oh, let's say if you're a bit goofy, you're like, oh, you're so immature. But then it goes a bit deeper. It's like how you carry yourself, how you take care of yourself. Because I see so many people, they're so well spoken, but they're like the slobbiest people to be around. So I'm like, look, this guy seems mature, acts mature, and everyone thinks he's mature, but if you actually look at his lifestyle and how he actually carries himself behind the scenes,
Yeah.
this guy's not mature at all, man.
Yeah, you know, some people who are really good at putting up that facade of like acting mature, like acting like they're in the high ground, but then like when you get to know them behind closed doors, they're a mess, bro. Like, you know, they have got all these issues, and it's all front just for like people to see when you first meet them. So yeah.
It's kind of like us, like where we run a self-improvement podcast, but at the end of the day, we're still figuring it out, and we're not perfect.
We're only human.
We're only human,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to share a bit more about your presidency? Not a VSA, but
No. I was the president of the Anime Society at UNSW.
Oh, in Western as well.
UNSW.
Oh, UNSW.
Back in the day, bro, like 2018, I think. So that was like, cause like I was like quite shy as well, similar to you guys, like growing up. So I think that was a very authentic way, because I was like super into anime and all that. But it was a way for me to get out of my shell. You need to talk to new members and all of that. But very good experience for me, I think. And in terms of like leadership, I think you don't know how well you take to it, because I didn't kind of expect that I would enjoy it, but I actually kind of really enjoyed like, setting a big picture plan, kind of setting meetings. I was a very different kind of president. I was like very, very organized, had schedules and everything. But I found it was a very good experience. Like one of the best things that came out of uni for me.
yeah. Would you say like it's helped with your leadership skills? Like, have you ever had to manage some little junior machine learning engineers at your work?
No, not yet. But I reckon it did help. Like just being able to like negotiate with people, being able to communicate, like even just not crashing out, like kind of when like I think similar to your experiences like at like team sports and everything. Sometimes you get frustrated and just like having the opportunity to practice like managing those emotions in a lower stakes environment, I reckon is like a very good opportunity.
True, because you'd rather do it there than like if you were to crash
and
out.
at work,
Yeah, at work. Get fired basically. Yeah.
Have you guys ever crashed out? Like, let's say, apart from kind of dropping off a little bit, have you ever like actually crashed out at your team, or any other scenarios?
Or at my VSA team?
Yeah.
Yes, but I've never crashed out at them.
Wow.
I just be like, I'll be crashing out inside, you know, you know, I gotta do something about this right now, you know, but then I don't know what to do, you know.
You're screaming a pillow or something.
Like, I've never actually. It would take a lot for me to crash out at someone or like to leash at someone. I think I hold my emotions. Nowadays, I hold my emotions pretty well. But one time, like, got really mad at my brother, threw a pen at his head, and then it just started bleeding.
No.
What the hell? That's a hard throw, bro.
Yeah, a pen.
So he hit
the tip hit his head.
Oh my god, bro!
And I threw it with like as much force as I could.
Yeah.
But then my brother is very, very calm.
Yeah.
Like, he can take a lot. He has a lot of patience.
Yeah.
So if anything happens, he's literally just sit down. It's whatever, you know.
Like with blood dripping down.
But my mom was like trying to patch him up. And I was like, when that happened in the moment, I was like, shit. Like, I snapped out of it. And I was like, I was reflecting. I was like, fuck, what the fuck did I just do? You know, like, that's probably the one time I remember like me actually crashing out at someone. I forgot what it was about, but yeah.
What about tag? Because I have played with you, and you get a little.
Here we go.
Annoyed during tag. Like compare that to when you crashed out with your brother.
I wouldn't say I'm mad. I'm just in the zone. You know what I mean?
Competitive.
Yeah,
Really competitive.
I am very competitive. Yes, I am very competitive. I'm just like, I wouldn't say I hate losing, but I love winning. You know?
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, but like, again, I wouldn't really crash out at someone.
Yeah. I've played with similar people like you before. They ruined it for all of us. Nah, that's all right.
Yeah, like I feel like because I felt like you were actually the captain because you were sorting out like training days and all that, and I feel like if we saw you like pretty annoyed or down in the dumps,
I'll
then
say
I feel
that's
like,
me in general when I play tag.
yeah, I feel like it would just sort of change the mood for the team.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's not. That's all right.
It's all right.
But like, yeah, that's how I
Give you
felt
something
it
to
was.
reflect on, right?
Yeah.
Give you something to work on. That's all right.
I actually really enjoyed playing in that team, but
That was fun. That was fun. That was my
I
first and
really
only
enjoyed it,
tag
yeah.
team.
yeah.
We got some.
Just reference context. Like, he wanted to play tag for the first time, and I put a team together,
Yeah.
and then it was fun. We always made semis.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really
At
good.
Bressington?
Rossford.
Rossford. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, not Bressington. Yeah, Rossford. Sorry, yeah.
It was it was pretty fun. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. But I've heard, no, like you said, and other people have said that I seemed like I wasn't having fun.
I think it was,
Really
I
good.
think it was the one game. I think we lost to an all girls team.
Yeah.
We lost to an all girls team because you had to play for Royals or something.
Or was it? Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we had a big lead, like a huge lead, and we just because they had to leave to play for the other team,
Oh, you're one of those guys. Okay.
and we lost them.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't get how people play for so many different teams. Like we know a mutual friend. I don't know if you know, Lockie. Yeah. He plays for like 5 teams, bro, and then he does the thing that you do. From what I heard, where he's like, oh yeah, I gotta go off and play for the other
Yeah,
team.
it's unfortunate circumstances. You have to
Yeah.
leave. But I know someone that plays for 11.
What?
Over a week. Yeah.
That's
That's a full-time job, bro.
That's a full-time
And
job.
not even a physical aspect. The money aspect is crazy. It's like
Yeah.
125 times 11 is what? I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Is that
Yeah, that's
how
crazy,
much
bro.
per season?
125 per team.
Per
team.
season.
Times 11.
Per team per
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. Times 11 is, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the big thing for me would be
Almost
like
a grand.
the health concerns, bro. Like, I feel like your ACL would be like,
Yeah.
one wrong step away from
Yeah.
just
But like,
blowing
to be fair,
itself up.
half the time he's only playing 6 of the teams because he doesn't have time for the other 5.
Yeah,
You know what I
true.
mean? But just, how do you have that much money?
What does he do, bro?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, nothing.
Oh, now how many teams do you play for?
3 now.
3.
Yeah,
Wow.
but 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesdays.
Does your leg hurt? Or, like your back hurts? You're fine.
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, because you are 21, bro. So yeah.
So when's your game today?
Tuesday starts in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, so your season hasn't started yet.
It ended a week or 2 weeks ago. And it's just a 1 month break and it'll start again.
All right. And since we did touch on being a president of VSA, would you, let's say for a viewer that's in high school and just finished the HSC and wants to get in, since uni is starting about right now, this podcast probably won't released, but won't released by then. But what advice would you give for a person that, let's say, wants to join the society or in a society right now and is thinking of going
can start.
to an executive role?
Yeah.
or,
Thank you. I feel like they should honestly just go for it. Like, it's pretty cliche to say that. Minus the reposting of advertisements. Yeah,
because we were
Oh,
so we
that's
would
the
make
easiest part?
ads. So the marketing director would make an ad for, let's say, a sponsor
Yeah.
or an event, and then everyone in the team is expected to repost it to their socials.
Oh.
Did you find that embarrassing?
yeah, a little. Like, I was just like, oh, I don't want to be known as this guy that's just walking around advertising this, advertising
bored.
that.
Yeah. I was known as the VSA. Like everyone was like, "Oh, but this guy's whole personality." is VSA." Like, I don't
Shit.
post.
Yeah.
It's not even Vietnamese.
Yeah,
I
man.
actually didn't mind it. I actually didn't mind it.
I don't know, but like besides that, I feel like uni societies are really the only way you can really get a good time out of university. Because me personally, like, I've made friends in my classes, but they're not close enough for me to purposely go out of my way to maybe have a lunch with, because I feel like we're just not at that level of commitment.
Yeah.
Whereas university, you're sort of committing yourself, like you're just putting one step in the door, but like eventually you'll actually like it since you're making the commitment, you're liking it, so you actually would enjoy to go out and make friends.
And it's also you're meeting up at a social event,
Yeah.
right? Like your classmates, you're only seeing them because you're dragging yourself to class.
Yeah.
Like, you're forced to be mates
Yeah.
with them, really. But then with uni societies, it's your choice. So like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I feel like most people like it. Most
Yeah.
people like uni societies because you're interacting with like people that have similar interests to you. Like
Yeah.
the anime and gaming society. Hey, what's your favorite anime actually?
Oh, there's one called Silver Spoon. It's about
Silver
this like
Spoon.
kid who goes to agricultural high school and then just like raises pigs, that kind of thing. Very chill, very very good show.
Yeah.
You like Slice of Life?
Yeah,
Spice
I
of
reckon
life.
like after a long day of work kind of thing. It's like I don't want to watch anything too intense, so just relax, have dinner, that kind of thing. Also like Hajime no Ippo, that's my other favorite.
Boxing, huh?
one. Yeah,
Boxing.
yeah, but uni society is like I feel like such a good way to like get out of your like circle, meet new people, and like you were saying, even the friends that I met there, I'm still friends with now, like 10, like X number of years after uni. Whereas people in my cohort, I don't really talk to.
Yeah.
Like I just have them on LinkedIn or something.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I kind of forced Andrew to become president this year. I feel like kind of dragged him to that dump.
Passed on the torch.
That's what I feel like. I feel like because like when so Andrew's the current president now.
Yeah.
He's also one of our friends'
Friend's brother.
brother.
Friend's brother,
She was
okay.
also in the society.
Yep.
And she was also in VSA, and then we knew him before he even became part of VSA because through her, and then he joined, and I kind of like, well, what happened was I asked him like, so you going for any roles? Like any interest? He was like, I don't know, like probably senior PR, you know. I was like, oh, you should go to president. He was like, he wasn't sure for it. He was sure about it. So I was like, I kind of, well, I feel like, okay, this might sound really mean, but I feel like he was the only one that I could trust to
Whoa.
step in that role.
Why'd you trust him?
I feel like he was one of the more mature ones,
Okay.
but also very level-headed. This is gonna sound really mean. It's like I'm sending shots to the other candidates.
You just have to say if you don't want to.
Oh well, okay. Well,
Everyone was trustworthy, but he was just the most trustworthy.
the most
guy,
trustworthy.
right?
he's the one that
He was the most
like,
trustworthy guy.
Yeah, I feel like. Well, but also I knew him at a personal level, so I was like, yeah, this guy can do it. You know?
Yeah.
I guess what do you think makes a good president? So level-headedness, you said, like maturity,
Yeah, like communicates well.
communicates well.
Yeah. And like Edmund would say, like not too strict, but then knows when to put the foot down. Yeah. So what happened was I was kind of like, you should go for president. I was trying to like just push the idea at him, and then he ended up going for it. And I was like, yeah. Like,
Peer pressure.
yeah. But then even when he was doing his speech, in the back of my mind, I was like, did I put him in this position? You know, like I kind of feel bad for it. But then he seems to be going right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Justin, did you want to be president of the Anime Society?
I was pretty keen to. I think I was an events director, like the year my second year of uni. So that was when I like started getting really involved into it, and then I think that kind of set me up well because I was the one always running events, always meeting people, talking to all of the members, and then I'm a pretty ambitious guy. So whatever I do, I always want to like kind of climb to the top, and so it was kind of a natural like, okay, after this, I'm definitely going for it. So not a lot of convincing needed to be done. I was gunning for it.
That's good.
That's
bro.
what I find interesting is I don't know if this is just a Western Sydney thing, but what I've noticed is most of the other societies, let's say if you take the other VSAs for example, except for the state one, a lot of them they want to. They're keen.
Yes, I
They're
agree.
keen. I remember there was this one time I was with, we had a bonding with UTS, and all of them. It was like I don't know 2 months into. It was like April or something. They were all like, oh, I have my eyes set on this, but for like. I don't know if it's a Western Sydney thing.
Yeah, I do know
But
that.
it's like it takes a bit, a lot more convincing.
like,
Yeah, I do.
don't do it.
yeah.
I do notice
Yeah.
that. But I also realize that other societies have a lot of candidates for president. For us, it's just one or two guys.
Yeah.
And then, but then, one of the two guys it's like there's no, it's like not non-contention. It's like it's just this guy that you should like.
Yeah, like the guy that you just
No,
pressured into.
I didn't say that. Yeah, it's like I feel like like Edwin said, like you have to like kind of convince, like push someone that you think would succeed.
Yeah.
Into that role. Yeah.
Why do you guys think that is? Like that the other unis have like a stronger drive to become president.
I'm not even sure.
Maybe it's the culture.
Because
Maybe it's the culture.
I'll even compare it with Justin because
Yeah.
so Justin he said he was events, then he went to presidency, but then I feel like in Western Sydney I feel like it's sort of a one and done. Like
Yeah.
do 1 year's an executive role and then you're over it. But I don't know why that is really.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you can shine some more light on it because you went to uni at UNSW. So, yeah, like, were there more and more people that were like, oh, no, Justin, I'm going to be the president. You're not going to be president, mate.
It was a bit competitive. I can only speak for like my own motivations, but I think I just had such a positive experience. Like I felt like I grew so much from the like events position. I was like, okay, like what's kind of the next step? And then president was like a little bit intimidating, but it's also the most payoff. You know, everyone kind of recognizes you, and it's also like a bit of a mentory kind of role. Like you naturally, I'm sure you guys would have felt it when you were presidents.
Yep.
People just start looking up to you, even people you don't really know. It's just like the first year comes along and then they'll kind of look up to you. So I think it was kind of trying out that like position, like stepping up. Were you kind of convinced into it as well, or did you want to do it?
So originally I think it's not necessarily convinced, but originally I wanted to just be a senior PR, just be there. But then I saw no one go for presidency, like to become a president. So I was like, why not? Yeah, again, it will look good on my resume.
Yeah.
What about you, Edmund? How come you only stayed 1 year as treasurer? Like, what stopped you from doing another year as an exec?
So me personally, I feel like I had money to spend, so I just was like, you know what? Let me waste it all on PSA. I'm joking. But what I was just thinking, I was like, oh, if I was to choose a role, which one should I be? And at the time, I was actually around, Kylie, the president Kylie. She was treasurer at the time, and she kind of planted the seed in my head. And then I was like, you know what? If I was to go for a role, it would be treasurer. And then, so I just tried out for it. And then I got it. I was the only one that tried out, but yeah, I got in. And the reason why I wanted to pursue an exec role was, of course, at the time, being pretty quiet and always being pretty introverted and always just wondering what the pie life was like. And once I got a taste of it, I was pretty hooked. I wanted more. I wanted more, and I wanted another year of this.
I want to go back to Sank.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Let me do it. And yeah, that's what happened.
You don't want another party life year for 2023?
No, well,
you retired in 22?
No, well, I did talk about it on a previous podcast why I stopped partying.
Yeah.
Do you want me to explain it now? Sure. Why I stopped partying? So I'll explain it again. I said it on previous podcasts. So there was a house party once, actually at, Justin Nack, his house. So long story short, I ended up,
remember this.
I got a bit too carried away, ended up peeing on his floor.
Yeah. Floor?
And what freaked me out was, apparently I thought it was carpet, but apparently it was his floor.
A pop plant.
That's even worse.
Well, I heard floor because I have
He doesn't remember.
Yeah. What was scary was when he told me that, I was like, what? I didn't know.
Memory.
Like I had no memory. I was like, why would I do that? But then I came to the conclusion of, I didn't know where I was, just needed to pee, and that's what that's what I think.
Was he mad?
Huh?
Was he mad?
No, he told me he was more hurt. He was more like, what, did I do something to this guy? Like, why did he do this to me?
Yeah.
But sorry, Justin, if you're listening to this. He brings it up here and there every time he sees me, but yeah, that's why I stopped partying, and that was probably the week after I got the treasurer role. So at the party, I was like, "Oh, congratulations on the treasurer!" And then
They're
I ended
gonna
up
spend
peeing on
money
his fucking
getting
floor.
a fucking steam cleaner.
Yeah. I was actually like,
treasurer money.
I felt so bad. I was like, you know what? Let me buy some tools to help clean this house. Yeah. But yeah, and then that's what happened. But when I went into the role, it was pretty rewarding, I would say, just because I had a good team and it was fun. And I wouldn't take it back, even though it was bit stressful for not getting paid, right?
Yeah.
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 Can I? So we spoke about uni societies. Now, can we talk about what you both study at uni? Are you guys still in uni?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sport and exercise science second year.
Oh, okay. And was it accounting? I think you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, doing accounting just for money. Yeah.
What made you? What made you want to do sport and exercise science?
So this is actually, so I'm second year in the course, but I'm actually third year student.
Yeah.
So first year uni, I did my year one of sport and exercise science, and I changed to comp sci.
Okay. That's what you did.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, I
really
did that.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Had no friends.
Okay.
So again, lacked the motivation to like just actually, apply myself. Yeah, but the trek to uni was a lot better than Campbelltown, I'll say that. But then at Campbelltown, switching back at Campbelltown, I have Andrew to go with. Like I'll have a friend,
yeah. Andrew's the new president. Is it? That one? Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not like brain dead
Yeah.
on the train. What was the question?
Well, no, like what made you choose sports and exercise science? Like you just
right.
bounced back.
So leaving year 12, I was thinking of doing that or comp sci.
Yep.
I chose that because most of my friends went there. And then so two of my friends, Kenton and Lissa, we went together. And then as the year ended, Kenton went to UCID to do software engineering, and Alyssa went to UCID to do exercise physiology. So then when they were left, I changed to comp sci. Just wanted to try out the other option, the other road. Wasn't there.
Yeah.
Changed back. But the goal was to get into physiotherapy. My brother's doing physiotherapy.
Oh,
So then,
is he at physio like now? as well?
His actual physio.
Actual physio.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
okay.
studying to jump to med.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be a pretty lucrative career for you, especially because you hang around the OzTag crew a lot. There's a lot of ACLs, Achilles, all that stuff. You can basically just treat them all, bro.
Pretty much, yeah. But there's enough physios there already.
But they're not you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty because going out of high school, like I was pretty into like sports as well. So I was doing Bachelor of Medical Science and wanted to go into physiotherapy. But then I just couldn't do the chemistry.
Yeah.
I think the other 3 units were fine. Biology, I forget the other 2, but then chemistry, like I didn't do in high school, so it just wouldn't click in my head. So then I eventually learned like, the physiotherapy job market is getting like so oversaturated. So like, I don't like chemistry. Market's getting oversaturated.
Yeah.
So I wanted to change careers as well. Like, does that scare you? Like, the oversaturation?
not really.
Not really?
No,
It's got to stand out. Hey.
like it's just one of the things that were like, how do I explain this? It's like, is what it is, Like, it's just like I said, I'm not the best at studying, so I really just want to get out of uni as soon as possible. Yeah.
So are you set on doing physio
For now.
For
Yeah.
now, yeah. Like there's
Yeah.
no doubts or anything.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
But what didn't you like about comp sci?
Honestly, it was fucking hard. It was fucking hard. Like, it was hard, and like not having friends, I feel like to work with or like to learn off, it's also very hard. It was hard.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm not gonna lie to you,
you couldn't make friends in class, like.
but they were all Indian imports.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And the only thing I could relate to them was talking about cricket.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I was like, so do you like Virat Kohli? Yeah. The conversation just dies there.
Fair enough, man. Then, Kaven, like you said, you're doing accounting because you want to make a lot of money. There's a bunch of stuff that you could do out there to make money, bro. You can be like a famous bodybuilder. Actually, bodybuilding doesn't make that much money. You can be an OnlyFans model. You know? Like so many things to
considered
make
that?
money
It's
out there, bro.
I feel like it's not really mainly the money.
Yeah.
But it's knowing, like understanding the tax laws. So I wanna go into like do a couple years of that, and then maybe start a business. And like since I'll have existing knowledge of tax avoidance, because hey, that's illegal. That's legal.
Yeah.
That's legal. But tax evasion is illegal. So just like, because like I feel like like the government just like takes so much money, even from my parents. We have an investment property and they want us to pay 11K for land tax.
Oh yeah.
And like that just came out of nowhere. So like, just I really want to learn the the tax laws and stuff, because even the balance sheets, like it's not that complicated. It's like just simple addition and simple subtraction, but you still have to understand like what you have to add, what you have to subtract. The math isn't really that bad, really.
Oh.
But yeah, surprisingly. But I feel like it's more knowing the legislations and laws. Like that's the biggest headache.
Yeah. Is that the interesting side though for you, even though if it's a headache?
It's all right. Like
Yeah.
I'm not into law, but like I feel like once I understand something, it's just so much more enjoyable for me. Because I had this audit class. I heard it was a 52% failure rate.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't really like it at the beginning, but then as I like put more effort, started asking questions, understanding, it was actually pretty fun for me. I can't lie. So I feel like anything I understand, I might enjoy. So like chemistry, that's why.
Yeah.
I didn't understand, so didn't enjoy it one bit.
Yeah. Or maybe in a couple of years' time, bro, I'll come see
Yes,
you.
yes. That's why I'm trying to build
Avoid some
connections.
tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to build some connections now. That's the goal.
And you're in your final year?
Final year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think the first 2 years I didn't rock up to any classes. Yeah, because of work. Because I was full-time pickpacker. So yeah, they made you work every day. Then yeah, I just skipped classes, but I was still doing the work. But
Yeah.
failed a couple classes here and there. Then found a new job, just that let me work part-time, and then started going to class just last year, my final year.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
What the fuck? I wanted to touch on, I know, Kaven, you like to dabble in a lot of different hobbies. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Hobbies, I feel like I think it started last year, but it honestly went downhill so fast. But like I think it was the beginning of a new year, so I feel like I think I watched a video like 6 hobbies you need like for life or something. I just found it really inspiring. I think it's like hobbies to keep you healthy, hobbies to keep you smart, hobbies to keep you creative. So just picked up photography.
Yeah.
I picked up
nice.
photography because I think I saw one of my mates' pictures in Japan. And I was like, wow, this is like a gorgeous picture. So I just picked photography up and running. But
Nice.
running lasted like I think only 2 months. I think I had the goal of running a half a marathon, but I just stopped. But I feel like hobbies is a way to not spend as much time on your phone.
Yeah.
Like I actually want to pick up drawing, but I don't know. Because I just want to spend less time on my phone. Because I think like on a weekend, if I've got nothing on, then I'll spend maybe like 8-10 hours. Oh, it depends if I'm on my PC, really. Yeah, so I'm just spending more screen time somewhere else. But it's just basically just an excuse to be off my phone. And then maybe in the future, like I guess it's a good conversation starter as well.
Yeah.
Because if you have no hobbies, then you're just going to be like, I gym, play games, and then
True.
the conversation just dies out. And then they like, their first impression of you is like, oh, he's a degenerate. That's all. So I feel like the more hobbies you have, the more interesting of a person you are. And then just more charismatic, and like more people will, I guess, have a better impression of you and like you more.
Yeah, more things to talk about as
Yeah.
well. Like, I think going to the gym, everyone does it in some sort of
Yeah.
way. Like
It's
like
nothing
most
special.
people, like I don't know if most people have a gym membership, but most people I know have a gym membership, and like going to the gym is not that impressive to
Yeah.
most people. Like, yeah, maybe I go 4 times a week, but then that person goes once every fortnight. He doesn't really go that much more than me. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that impressive. But in terms of like photography, right? Like I could probably count the number of photographers I know in like one hand. So that's like a pretty good conversation starter as well. And yeah, man, you can also become the best Instagram boyfriend as well. Like I don't know if you have a missus or
do,
not.
I
You
do.
do? Okay,
I
yeah,
do.
then she'll probably just very, very thankful of your Instagram skills, maybe.
Now we're not. I feel like we're actually a pretty. we're not like a normal couple. Like you don't see us really lovey-dovey.
Mm.
We're definitely more best friends, if anything. So we don't really post each other that much, honestly.
Yeah.
Even like she doesn't really like taking pictures.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so like, it's just that I only learned photography because I went to Japan last year, end of a year, and I just wanted to take some flicks here and there.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun. And picked up vlogging as well.
Oh,
But like with vlogging, I was talking to. Oh, sorry if I'm rambling on a bit.
No, go.
But I was talking to one of my mates from the gym, Aaron Pham. You might have heard of him. He's on TikTok sometimes. But he's telling me like, oh, you should really post your vlogs, but that tall poppy syndrome. Like I'm always afraid of what like
Other people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys like.
Well, me personally, I was roped into doing this podcast. But
Yeah, he had
yeah, I had no choice, bro.
How did you start? How did you start?
You can start.
Oh, how do we start?
Like, where did the idea come from?
So, like, Justin and I, we've been friends for, like, ever since primary school. So, we've known each other for a while. And we like to yap sometimes, like, especially at parties and stuff as well. Like, I just like fucking talking to people. And, like, this guy just, he doesn't like doing shit. Like, sometimes if we were playing pool and stuff, he's like, no, I don't want to play pool. I just
wanna
want to
chat,
chat,
bro.
chat,
I'm a
bro.
very chatty
Have a drink and
person.
chat and stuff, right? So, we both like to just have a yarn. And, we listened to a lot of podcasts. And he brought it up one day, like, while we were driving. He's like, let's start a podcast, bro. I'm like, I'll think about it. And then a week later, I was like, all right, let's do it. And then he was with us as well. And then we're just like, we just roped him into it, basically. Right? Yeah.
Hey, I thought you were the one that wanted to start the podcast.
No. I remember you suggesting it first.
I thought what I remember was we were sitting around a table. We were sitting around a table with like an Audi magazine, and you saw microphones, and you were like, "Oh, look at these microphones. We can start a podcast."
Oh, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, I vaguely remember that as well. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you asked me about the podcast, like doing a podcast first, and then I suggested that. But
We've got different stories.
Were you
No one
guys-
wants to admit it.
Were you guys afraid of like posting the first podcast on social media?
I personally was,
Yeah.
I was. I don't know about these boys.
No, I wasn't that scared.
I used to do another podcast with a friend. We had a tutoring business, and then we kind of did it for our students. So the first few episodes there, I was like pretty nervous, like anxious. What do people think and stuff? But we did it for quite a while, so I think I got pretty used to it after that.
What made you scared, Lawrence?
Just same thing, bro. Like that's whole poppy syndrome. Like there's gonna be people out there that I know who will probably talk some
Judge.
shit about me, judge, and but I think that a lot of that will just be in my head. Maybe there are a few people who are haters, but I just know that I'm trying to do a good thing. So the whole point of us starting this is that we want to talk about self-improvement and the mistakes we made as kids, and we want to be able to guide like that version of ourselves when we were younger. So knowing that I'm trying to do a good thing kind of helped me push that fear aside. But when resharing the posts on my own personal as well, and like hundreds of people see it, like I didn't get that nervous anymore to repost it. But the first time I reposted, I'm like, oh fuck, here comes the judgment. Man. Here comes the judgment.
I relate to that as well. Like, even though I wasn't that scared to release the podcast, I've had thoughts of doing vlogs for a while. And since I don't post that much on social media, I get pretty scared of what people would think about me. But what has helped me a lot is a quote. So from this guy called Chris Williamson. Have you heard of him?
Nope.
He owns his own podcast, but he just said, why do you care about making people like you when most people don't even like themselves? And that opened my eyes a bit, just because like, that's true. I don't even like myself, right? Like, what? Yeah, like they don't give a fuck if I don't like them. So that's why I want to do vlogs, but honestly, I've just been lazy on filming it. Like when we went to America, I remember I filmed us going into the airport, going out the airport, and then I just forgot. I forgot to film anything else after that. But you should do it, man. You should do it. Because like, who gives a... Like, who cares? You're probably going to keep regretting, like, oh, I should have done that. But you should just post it. You have it ready.
Yeah.
Just do it tonight.
I've
Do
got
it now,
all the
bro.
clips. No, I've got all the clips, but I think it's editing as well. Editing is such a headache. Like just spending hours just watching, rewatching the same clips over and over again. Might get I got bored of it, but maybe Maybe I'll try to post my Japan vlog.
Yeah,
Post
just
my
do
Japan
it.
vlog or something.
Yeah, because like I get a lot of imposter syndrome. Like, oh, I was so quiet growing up. People probably think I'm boring. Like, I'm not like this guy who can speak so much.
Yeah.
Like, why would they watch me over him?
I get
But
that.
then
I get that.
you just think to yourself. I was watching this video from, do you guys know Mino Lee on Instagram? The Korean guy that makes a lot of those vlogs.
The one like does cold approaching and stuff like
No.
I'm not sure.
He's like younger. But he just made videos like, look, most of these people that I meet in person, they're not even that interesting. But then they're pretty interesting in the vlogs. So just do it. Just do it. He was like, I'm not even that interesting. But like my life is pretty boring. I go through the same thing every day. But I just post it. And look, he has like 300,000 followers.
Yes.
And he doesn't even find himself that interesting. So
Can you elaborate on imposter syndrome? What is I'm not too
like
sure.
other people view you like pretty high, like pretty good, but then you struggle to meet that bar. I don't know, I'm kind of butchering it a bit.
It's more so like you don't think you're good enough for it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, we'll take like presidency for example. Like, we'll take you because you're younger, so you're like, oh man, like, Kaven bro, he's like such a good president, man. I don't know if I could be a president. Like, he's got like tattoos and that, goes to the gym, like he looks like Chris Bumstead, Asian Chris Bumstead. I don't know if I can do it, bro. If I can be a president, even though you might be like fully capable of it, but you're basically just talking yourself out of it because you think you're not good enough.
Yes.
Right. Like, but in other people's eyes, they're like, nah, bro, you do it really well. So that's what imposter syndrome is. Yeah. What were we talking about? Besides
You posting your vlogs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just so scary. It's just so scary.
yeah, you should just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, but like, well, think of it as like something that you could have there forever for your kids to watch as well. Like that's one thing that excites us.
Yeah.
Are you
Like,
planning to post it on like YouTube?
No, I just want to post it on like Instagram Reels or something.
Oh.
yeah, it'll be there. It'll be there forever unless like
Yeah.
you say something like they'll cancel
Diabolical,
you. And they'll freaking
yeah.
like take it out. Like Mark Zuckerberg removes
I
it.
don't
But
know.
like,
I actually have. I don't know because I can only keep my Instagram on private because I have a pretty inappropriate shirt that I wore to Knockout. It's like
what was it?
there's a Minecraft shirt. It says "I love miners." Like,
Oh my god, bro! What the fuck?
but it's miners with an E, so
Yeah.
it's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Okay.
I don't feel like that's that bad. It's fine.
Yeah. It's just
I
my
feel
call.
like
Yeah,
I feel like the digital footprint, you know.
that's true.
It's already up.
Yeah, like people can just like Wayback Machine that, and then
Well, what about you, Will? Do you have anything that you're
this
holding
year
back?
I've started holding back.
Oh no.
Oh, this year let's talk about like
Hobbies and
videos
that, yeah.
and photography. This year I've started a 1 second a day.
What's that?
So it's like you take a snapshot of a 1 second video of like something you're doing every day. I've got the inspiration from my sister. My sister did it, and she's been doing it for like 2 years now. My sister, sorry, and I was meaning to do it last year, but then I was like, my life is boring. You know, I'm at home all day. Or I'm at uni. Like, I literally have nothing to film. And then like, my sister was like, she just talked me into it. Was like, even like she was like, even like the trek to uni, you can. It's something you don't think of. Like you don't think about it, but then when you watch it back, you go, oh, like this happened. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but like, she was like, it's just a good way to like recollect and like revisit your month or your year. You know. So then, yeah, I've been every day. I've been filming a snapshot.
Yeah.
I actually filmed one before we
Wait,
started
so it's
recording.
only a 1 second video.
Yeah, 1 second video.
Okay.
Yeah, and you compile it and compact it all together, and then it just at the end of the year it's a 365 second video. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I actually filmed one before we started filming.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So today's 1 second moment was this
Yes,
podcast.
yes.
Oh, nice. I'm
Yeah.
honored.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, I was talking about videos and stuff. But what was the question?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, did you have anything that you, let's say like Kaven, that you wanted to do, but you've just been setting it off?
Yeah, I'll say gymming. But yeah, it's just like I don't like exercising indoors and
Okay.
alone. It's just like a very like I don't know. It just feels like
But you have mates that go to the gym, right? Why don't you just go with them?
I don't know. I just don't like exercising indoors. But then I would go. It's just like I prefer to like go outside and like throw a ball around or shoot a basketball. You know.
Yeah.
Instead of also like I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you just find it like less stimulating, like compared to playing
I feel
Oz
like it's
tag
not
and like.
as, I feel like it's also not as very like. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the thing.
No.
Like it's like push as hard as you can instead of me thinking as like how to make this work. You know, like I feel like in tag I'm thinking a lot.
Yeah.
Even though I can't push a lot of iron, I just don't find it very stimulating.
I see.
Yeah.
What about you should do something like a CrossFit class or something like that's
it's
it's really fast
told me
paced.
about that. Yeah. I don't mind trying it.
Yeah, it's like an F45 or something. Like it does get a bit of hate, like F45 in that, because like it's
Not
probably
conventional gym.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes like it's not the safest getting like middle-aged lady just doing freaking clean and jerks and kettlebell swings like. But you seem like a fit guy to
I'm
be able
down to
to
try it.
jump
I'm down
into
to try
it.
it,
Like
yeah.
it's a lot more fast paced. Like again, like not much thinking, but it's probably going to be a bit more stimulating compared to
just
3 sets of 10 of
Yeah,
bench
yeah.
press. You know.
Definitely.
I think in terms of a gym, I think you're not thinking about the journey. Like I feel like I'm actually a big advocate on like enjoying the journey rather than the destination.
Shit.
Because the other day I was playing a Roblox game and I was grinding so hard and I had fun, but once like I reached like the end, it's just that's it. And I feel
Yeah.
like with gym, like if you see yourself month to month, you see like these new lines on your body, it might motivate you. That's how
Fair
it
enough.
motivated me
Yeah.
at least.
Fair enough.
And it's a never-ending journey because you're always trying to be bigger than your
Yeah.
pump. Bigger than your pump. You never be bigger than your
Yeah.
pump.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I want to share a story so I have a mate that he actually listens to this podcast as well. Shout out to Kelvin Ong. He hated gym. I remember I would ask him, hey bro, are you going to go back to the gym? He's like, nah, fuck that. I hate that shit. And then recently he started going to the gym again because he was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something that I hate. And he started doing 75 hard. And then bro, he's been at the gym like every time I go like a bit later, I always see him there. And he's just had that switch. Yeah, maybe you just need a.
Does he enjoy it now?
Huh? No, he still hates it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a grind.
yeah, just do what you hate. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I just want to share that story.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't think that's sustainable, bro. I think on day 76 is going to be like, see ya, bro. Cancel the gym membership.
Nah, well, he's picked up a lot more of a growth mindset.
Yeah.
He is actually. Well, I don't know how true it is, but every time I see him, I'm like, bro, I've been listening to the podcast, man. And it's been motivating me so
Wow.
much. Don't know if he's just trying to oil me up.
Today.
Huh?
We're here now.
I don't know if he's trying to oil me up, but that's what he told. That's what he told me.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
Even
Nice.
if like he doesn't enjoy it, I still think that's a good thing because he's focusing more on discipline rather than motivation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because everyone gets those motivational like spurts. You watch a video, you're motivated for like a week or two,
Yeah.
but then the motivation fades.
Yeah, because that transfers into other aspects of life. Like so, a lot of times in life, you're gonna have to do shit that you don't want to
Yeah.
do. Like, let's say your boss is being an asshole to you, and but like you can't just stop. Like, especially if you have kids or something, bro. You got to put food on the table. So you got to keep grinding, especially in those situations. Like with life, it's like a lot of times you don't want to do something, but you just need to do it, like to get over and done with.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with that. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. As we wrap up this session, I wanted to do something called a quick fire round.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you both a quick question. And I'll start off with you, Kaven.
log in.
What is your? It's not hard. It's like, what is your favorite gym day?
Arms.
And for you, Will, what's your favorite Oz tag play? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
I don't do it a lot, but I like the idea of it. It's called a square.
Yeah.
Pretty much it's a 3-man play, so 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So you two would X, so you run this way, and he X you,
Yeah.
and I run in between you, and I cut inside, and he passes the ball inside of me.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I don't know if I fully picture that, but I gotta see it. I gotta see it in action.
Yeah.
But next question: Can you tell me a time about one of your worst training sessions?
Worst training sessions, probably close to end of last year, because I actually picked up vaping last year.
Oh,
Yeah, I picked up vaping for raves. Then since I was consistently vaping, like my leg days got excruciatingly harder. Like I think I was doing pendulum squat, couldn't breathe. Then at the end of a session, like my ears had popped, and yeah, no, I'm trying to quit now. I'm definitely trying to quit now.
Would you say you're hooked?
Oh yeah. Like, but I'm trying to quit now.
that's all right. How about
Do you
you?
want me to keep your vape for you?
Oh no, I don't have one.
Oh, right, so you
I
quit.
think I've been 2 weeks clean.
Oh,
That's
nice.
good then.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh,
bro.
thank you so much.
What was the question?
But what about you? What's one of your worst training sessions? Let us say OzTag, gym.
One time during one of our rep trainings, we had to do a lot of running, and I was very lightheaded. It was after a rave.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
shit.
woke up at like 7:30 in the morning, and I was already cooked, but like I had to act the part, you know. Like, I had to act like I was holding on, and then again, not a fan of running, but we had to do a lot of cardio. That session took a lot out of me, and I just literally after I literally had to like lay down, had a bottle of water, I'm just like seeing stars.
Yeah.
Mate, both our stories included raves. Raves are devils incarnate. Raves are devils incarnate.
Are you guys going to the next one?
No. I'm trying to stop.
Are you?
I'm trying to stop. Yeah.
How about you? Will?
I'm going sober. I'm going
That's what they all say, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'm getting sick of the feeling of MD. There's a lot to share right now.
Get out.
Yeah.
Nah, that's all right. And last question: what is the most surprising lesson that you've learned as a leader in VSA?
That is
that's a good one.
That is hard.
Surprise. Say it again.
What's the most surprising lesson that you've learned from leading VSA?
I don't know about surprising, but probably the best is just to be empathetic,
Yeah.
to understand that everyone has their own lives. So they may be out of it. So like you'd have to understand that you can't just, if you're having a shit day because of like, I don't know, being a president, you got duties to do, but then they don't do it. You just have to be empathetic that they have stuff going on in their lives and just be kind.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best.
I think mine will be learning how to balance my personal relations with the executive role that they are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like not trying to be a dickhead to the guy,
Yeah.
but get the guy to like pick his ass up, you know, like
Yeah.
Like,
Because you
yeah.
guys are mates at the end of the day, right?
like so finding that fine line of where to push and where to be, you know, empathetic, like you said. I really struggled with that because, for example, one of my mates, like Kenton, I've known him since young. I'll be honest, like he didn't care that much about VSA, so he wasn't that motivated.
Yeah.
But I did find it very hard for me to like say it straight to his face, like, yo, like you need to like pick it up, you know. You need, like,
Alright.
yeah. So then because to him it was like just a uni society. I'm just here to make friends.
Yeah.
To me, there's two parts where I'm like, yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
But you also have a responsibility I need you to pick up, you know?
Yeah. Because
Yes.
he ran for the role, right?
Yeah.
Like he should have known what to expect.
Well, also because I wanted him to. So it was very hard for me to.
you rope a lot of people into these situations, man.
It was very hard for me to like not just him, but just everyone in that, like in general, was like finding that fine line of not trying to ruin the friendship, but also trying to get things done. Yeah.
Right.
Did it ever get bad between you two? Like any one event?
No, it was.
Always good.
I actually never had the chance or the opportunity to like say it to his face because I could never do it. It was very hard for me to do it. Yeah, so I never did it. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, as we fully wrap up, do you guys have what's next for you both? Any plans?
Anything exciting you guys want to share?
Exciting?
Go first.
Hopefully graduating this
Oh,
year,
yeah.
and
Nice.
then wanna what's it called? I wanna find a job. I wanna go on maybe 2 more holidays, and then start saving for a house.
Oh man, big
Yeah.
boy,
Saving for a
bro.
house.
I want to travel more.
Travel more.
Yeah, but
did you
not-
just come back from
Not
traveling?
with my parents, but
Oh, yeah.
with friends.
Oh, man, that'll be good.
Yeah, I feel like traveling with your family and traveling with friends are two very different experiences.
Yeah.
Especially when your dad has knee pain and can't walk upstairs.
Oh, exactly
yeah.
like that. Exactly like
Very
that.
different.
Yeah.
So like with my parents, it's like I have to find the closest elevator, which is probably another
Yeah.
20 meters away.
No, we
With the
can
stairs
relate.
are right here. You
We
know?
can relate.
Yeah. So yeah, travel more, and I'll say, I really want to get back into Oztag reps. I want to play reps again. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make it, but
What's reps?
it's like a representative tag. It's like
Is it the one you represent a country like Team China,
represent-
Team
yeah.
Vietnam, whatever? Yeah.
I want to get back to that.
Which team do you represent?
I'm trying out for Vietnam and Cambodia.
No, Cambodia.
Better
Aren't you
start running,
Chinese?
huh?
Cheer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start running.
yeah.
Aren't you Chinese, Will?
I'm Cambodian Chinese.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
So
you
my-
speak Cantonese,
Yeah,
right?
my parents are from Cambodia,
Yeah.
but my grandparents are from Guangzhou, but they speak Cantonese.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
It's kind of like us, but except our
The
parents are
parents
from
from
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys have any anyone you want to shout out? Any plugs?
Or any socials or
Any
anything?
socials?
Not that deep. I'm here for vibes.
I want to shout out Edmund Lai for bringing me onto this
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh,
for
thanks,
straight
bro.
out making
When he
time.
texted me, and I was like, "Yo," I texted him, and I was like, "Let's do this."
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I was
Thank
really
you for
excited.
coming on.
I was
Thank you for
really
coming. I
excited.
knew you guys would pull through. And
No,
yeah,
you asked me. It's a new experience. I want to try something new.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
different.
I'm glad you came on.
I'm really appreciative that you asked me.
Yeah.
I'm glad I.
Honestly, I was pretty nervous. I was like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, hopefully, like you guys can, like, so some of the younger viewers, they're listening to this, like starting uni and that. Hopefully, this convinced them to join uni, especially if they're not join uni, so join a society at uni. Like if maybe they're a bit shy, like you can become like these two young gentlemen and like have like 99 aura, you know. Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you guys. We'll wrap up there. And thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks,
so
much.
thanks,
Thanks for having us.
thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you,
And I'll leave if you guys want to share with me your Instagram or socials, whatever. I can chuck it into the description. And yeah, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, follow us on Spotify, Apple Music as well. All right, see
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Have a good
See
day,
ya.
Backdoor Banter.